So, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's therefore my honor and pleasure to invite here the chairman of PenCom, His Excellency Elijah Ahmed Mazu, to please step forward here and welcome all of us forward. I welcome Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, Your Excellency, our former President, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, Your Excellency, Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Ministers present here. Just forgive me if I go upside down in any protocol. Distinguished senators, members of the House of Representatives, Your Excellencies, the governors, the chairman, co-chairman of the World Pension Summit, the DG, acting DG, PenCom, the commissioners, PenCom, other distinguished members of the industries, various MDs and executive directors of the PFS, and other distinguished invited guests, distinguished members of the press corps, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, today, to me, is a very big and honorable day that we are celebrating our 10 years anniversary of the establishment of the Contributory Pension Fund. You'll be surprised that since the last over 20 years, I've been wondering what I'm going to do with my life when I retire. And I get very worried when President Obasanjo was thinking about establishing PenCom. To be honest, I didn't know how it was going to work, especially that we had the old scheme rather than being contributory, being what it was. So I didn't know how it was going to work. But by and large, when it was established, I found that the pension scheme that is contributory is long-lasting, and definitely one will be able to know exactly at any point in time in his life what amount of money is due to him. I found that very impressive. And therefore, I decided to also join and be one of the contributors. And I'm happy that I think, by the grace of the Almighty God, when I age and I retire like you, Baba, I will have a very good time. It is therefore a great honor and privilege for me to welcome His Excellency, Mr. President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, and this assemblage of very distinguished dignitaries to tonight's spectacular event, making the 10th anniversary of the pension reform in Nigeria. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to humbly state that we have a good reason to celebrate the 10th anniversary of pension in Nigeria. This reform, which became effective on the 25th of June 2004, the signing into law of the Pension Reform Act of 2004, is undoubtedly one of the remarkable developments in Nigeria. It has afforded us the opportunity to effectively address the crisis in our pension system, which was becoming increasingly unpleasant. The reform establish for Nigeria a more efficient and sustainable contributory pension scheme, which has led to the culture of savings in our compatriots. The new system also provided us with a platform for the accumulation of long-term pool of funds, recognized the world over as one of the critical vehicles for development of all nations. It has been 10 years since the commencement of the implementation of the pension reform. Our scorecard, both as pension industry and as a nation, is very remarkable. And I believe you have had the opportunity to pursue this during the inaugural World Pension Summit, TAG Africa Special, which ended this evening. It therefore deserves for us to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the pension reform, even as the agenda for the future has been set by Mr. President with your signing into law the Pension Reform Act of 2014 on the 1st of July 2014. Congratulations, Mr. President. I wish to seize this opportunity once more to congratulate Mr. President on this very historic achievement. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are very fortunate to have in our midst tonight those patriotic Nigerians who have played various important roles to make this happen. They are the architects of the innovative ideas that gave birth to pension reform. We have with us also past leaders who had the courage and foresight to provide the legal framework and basis and the political will to establish the framework that brought the reform to reality. I'm very happy and proud to most especially today welcome and recognize Baba, General Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. You will agree with me if I call him the father of pension reform in Nigeria. Baba, you are not just the father of pension reform. Indeed, you are our father all. You are the father to the president, to the national chairman, to all of us. Your Excellency, we are honored highly with your presence today, especially I know the sacrifices you've made to be here. You cut off your very serious official journeys to just come in for this activity and then fly off tonight again. Thank you. May I be as strong as you and I grow as old as you. We also have here present a team of patriotic Nigerians who work tirelessly and diligently to nurture the regulatory and supervisory framework of the pension reform to its present satisfactory status. Tonight, I want to recognize in our midst today, particularly my very good friend, my brother, Fola Adiola, who is the first and the pioneer chairman of PenCom. Alongside with him, I also want to recognize Malam Nasiru El-Rufai. Because behind the mask, Fola has told me his contribution. Indeed, he dashed Chinedu to Fola for them to work together on PenCom reforms. I also extend our warm welcome and word of encouragement to the gentlemen and women who took up the challenge and invested their skills, talents, and their resources in the pension industry. Without your excellent participation, the success recorded so far could not have been achieved. Indeed, the Nigerian pension industry has come of age, and we are determined to do everything possible to take it to even greater heights. Mr. President, as you can see, this occasion has also been graced with the presence of many dignitaries who are stakeholders who indeed in their various ways have contributed to the success of the pension reform we are celebrating today. It is not possible to name all of you due to the time constraint. Please accept my sincere welcome and congratulations to all of you. Mr. President, I want to make a pledge to you and indeed to all Nigerians that by the grace of the Almighty God, while I last as the chairman of PenCom, I give you my assurances that we will only improve on the services. We will not let you down in any way. And for the pensioners, I want to assure you that by the grace of the Almighty God, we know pension funds are your money. The Toro CC that is there belongs to one individual or another. Under our watch, we will do whatever it takes to make sure that we invest in instruments that have capital guarantee, that the returns will be minimum, that will beat inflation rates. Finally, on behalf of the board, the management and the staff of PenCom, I welcome you all to this event and thank His Excellency Mr. President for sparing time to grace this occasion. Thank you. May the Almighty God continue to bless you all.